Great rising, beautiful beings. Great rising, beautiful beings. This is revereskye. Revereskye is the essence. You might hear a lot of noise. I'm doing a sound bath with it's on repeat, so you'll hear the guy talk like every 2 minutes, every 60 seconds, and I wanted to talk about something.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons hate the sound of your frequency.
So, imagine this. Imagine this. So, I wanted to, upgrade my license to tanker and hazmat and stuff like that, right? I had all that before. Well, I had all my endorsements. I just didn't have the hazmat. And I was thinking about something. All I could do was picture like the diesel and the gas trucks going through the mountains during the snow, and the ice. And I said, look what they got us going through. Imagine this. If you have time to lay down and listen to this video, lay down and listen to this video. Our goal in life is to make things as less strenuous as possible. User friendly, okay? For some reason they want smart devices and computers user friendly, right? But they don't want our life to be user friendly, okay? And I'm going to explain some to you. So imagine you got this big tanker, right? That can hold up to 40,000 pounds of liquid, right? Now, you got bulkheads. Let's say
they got rid of all the large bells because demons
let's say
hate the sound of your frequency.
let's say that a water bottle is a bulkhead, right? I'm just giving you this as an example. So if you got the water separated in water bottles, its inertia ain't gonna rock back and forth. Like, it's gonna rock as a unit, and it can push you, it can sway back and forth, but it's not the same. So if you got those big old white container crates, it's gonna rock back and forth even bigger, right? But when you have like a water truck, milk truck, oil truck, inside of the tank, it has bulkheads, these big walls, so that the liquid don't push all in one unit. Like 40,000 pounds of liquid don't push all in one unit, right? So they try to have these dividers to make it break the sloshing back and forth, right? Because it will literally push you, okay? So imagine ice and snow and you got this liquid. You just go mosey on through town about 50 miles per hour, like through the highway. You ain't about to go no faster. Then you got to drop down these mountains. And on these mountains can be like danger, like ice, something in the road, somebody spent out of control, somebody stalled out, and you got to be able to stop that truck, right? And to think about it, they going through all this refinery.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
They going through all this refinery. They going through all this oil well pumping. They going through all this, draining this oil, right? They going through all this refinery, petroleum-based drugs, hiking prices up to push new agendas. Imagine this now, snow time. The most dangerous time for a person to drive a vehicle that slosh liquid back and forth, right? Well, let's talk about it. Imagine this. You going through all the dangers in the world to survive in the wintertime in the ice and snow, when all you needed was your car or vehicle to run off water. All you needed was your vehicle to run off free energy. Imagine that. They're going through all the refineries, all the wars. They're going through all this stuff. Hiking up prices, making things seem desperate. Rationing things out. When all we needed was water, or free energy, or revolving energy. Why is it that a wheel can spin on a car?
All the large bells because demons.
Why is it that you can have wheels spin on a car? You can have a belt spin on a car and keep recharging the alternator can recharge the battery. You can have a wheel spin in a river and supply the town power. But you can't have the wheels on the car supply the battery energy. It ain't the fact that it don't add up. We're being played. We're being shammed. I don't even want to say scam no more. We're being shamrocked. We're being fucking shamrocked. Okay? We're being shammed. They are allowing data centers to siphon all the water. But they won't even allow you to run your car off 3 gallons of water a week. See, they know what the real energy is. They know what the real energy is. They play you that you need all of this refinery, oil well, all that, and the water coming right out the ground. Plentiful, bountiful. And they won't even allow you to use it. They'd rather go to war, hustle people out of their oil, never pay them, take over their country, refine the oil, make a person go to school to deliver the gasoline, the petrol, or the diesel to you. In risky and shady situations, it's unnecessary for all these trucks to be going up and down the road. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you pay attention to the diesel exhaust fluid, that's the white stuff that they claim that they made out of urine that smells like ammonia. It might just straight be fucking ammonia. Okay? It smells like ammonia. Like you have to move out the way. If the wind blows towards you, it smells like straight hot piss. Ammonia. And they say that it's derived from animal urine, like hog urine. That's what they say. Hypothetically, theoretically, allegedly, right? And in that process, if you have a diesel exhaust fuel leaking at the pump, it white and it crystallized, right? Now they've made it so that you don't see the exhaust come out the trucks. But what if that DEF is actually crystallizing in our air from the ground up?
They got rid of all the large
It's something to think about.
Demons.
If you see how this stuff crystallized and how that pump leak, it's something to think about. Like, are they really using it to help us, or are they putting something back in the air? Because it goes through a cycle, and we still got exhaust filters. And just because we can't see it, don't mean that we're not putting some in the air. Yep. So, imagine that. They're making us have all these liquids, all this stuff, traveling across mountains and regions and bridges and curves and land, when all we needed was water. So the key goal is to ask, why do they need to drain the oil from the planet? Why do they need to pollute the river, the ocean, the land? Why? Going green is a scam. The carbon footprint is you. You are the carbon. You are the light beam. You are the 666. You are the atom, proton, and neutron that they do not want to become holistically.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
That they do not want to be holistically harmonic. They don't want you in harmony. That means that your organs would be organized if you were in harmony. It's something to think about. Imagine that. It's wintertime, snow and ice, and you gotta drive tons and tons of diesel and gas to these remote locations. They're not remote, they're just in fucked up locations. And all your car and vehicle and snowplow ever needed was water. If that's all it ever needed. You burning firewood to survive during the wintertime. They made it so you had to cut down the trees when you didn't even have to cut down the trees. They have minerals that if you sit the mineral inside this type of mineral, it'll warm your whole house up. And, you know, it reminds me of my mom. My mom used to always talk about, yeah, this man in the castle dated this woman. And he
got rid of all the large bells because demons.
And he went and got a smaller house and left her in that dampness and cold castle to die. That's what she said. I forget the story. I got to ask her, what story is that? It might be the King James. No, I don't think it's King James. It might be. I don't know. It's something. But I'm going to ask her. He went and got in a smaller house to stay warm and left her in the castle. And she was in that dampness. In that cold. And she passed away. But imagine this. They had the technology for the castle. So if they was using the radium mineral inside of the iron and somehow it was able to radiate through the castle, it stayed warm. You get what I'm saying? And all this is hypothetically, theoretically, and allegedly. The whole video. They got us doing too much. Energy is free. I'm over it. Energy is free. They got us doing too much. They got us doing too much. Just like I said, they want neighborhoods to be solar farms. They want to put solar power on top of your house, but they don't want to connect you to a battery bank. Like, they don't want to offer you a battery bank. They don't want to say, would you like to install 15 batteries to your home? Like, they want to give you a generator.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
They want to give you a generator that runs off diesel.
Pure harmony.
But when the diesel run out, what are you to do? You got this expensive generator hooked to your house. But what are you to do when the diesel run out? When you could have been having 15 batteries on your house charging for years. But they want to use you as a solar farm to get all the solar energy from the neighborhood. But they don't want to give you a battery bank. So when the power cut off in the neighborhood, your power just out. You don't have no stored energy. How does that make sense? When the power go out in the city or in your area or in your zip code, you still ain't got no power. So how did the solar panels actually benefit you? You was able to sell energy back to the company, and you think they're going to tell you the truth about how much energy they getting? No. You think they're gonna buy the energy from you the same way they selling it to you? No.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons hate the sound of pure frequency.
So like, and then they're advertising, we need invention ideas. Don't click on that stuff. They're literally advertising they need invention ideas when they got a new, I'm not even going to say law, they got a new legal policy. Because it ain't law. Law a whole nother ball game. Natural law and order. Divine law. This is not that. This is people making policies and this is making people, this is people with policies and they're enforcing them. This ain't law. So they done made a new policy where back in the day, if you have something that has over 20% efficiency, they keep it classified for the military. And they reject your pad. And they might come for you. They might come for you. People either try to buy it from you, shelf it. And we know about this rap game and it's putting you on the shelf. Okay? They try to buy it from you, put you on the shelf. If it's too extravagant, you might even disappear. They might come steal all your research, all your data, comb through your whole home or research lab or whatever you use in your basement, your garage. Like they coming for you. So all this, we need invention ideas. Fuck them folks. You better get you a community and learn how to live smart on your own. Learn how to live off grid on your own. That's why I say all these preppers, all these homesteaders, fuck these people online. Fuck them. If they ain't got it by 2020, it's over with. If they ain't got it by 2020, it's over with. Quit trying to sell these people a dream. Because they looking at you like they gonna take your shit. They gonna destroy your shit. That's all they gonna do. Yeah, going green is a sham. You can't go green if they keep spraying the planet. You can't go green if they're blocking the sun.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
You can't go green if they're blocking the sun. You can't go green if they keep siphoning the oil from the planet. You can't go green if they're swallowing up all the water. And I'm trying to figure out, the data center swallowing up all the water, but where is the water going back out at? They sucking up the water, but where the water going back to? Is it going in the sewage? Where is it going? Where's the water going? It's just so much. Going green, eliminating the carbon. The carbon is you. You're the only carbon footprint. And I'm not talking about driving. I'm not talking about using electricity and oil and resources. No, sweetheart. You are a carbon being. You're not a nitrogen-based being. You are a carbon-based being. Okay? Your melanin that comes to the surface of your body proves that you're a carbon-based being. You consume things that are able to naturally turn into ashes. Naturally turn into ashes. Carbon. Plant matter.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
You burn that bread now, I don't think that bread gonna turn into ashes. It's a lot of things you burn, I don't think gonna turn into ashes. They're gonna be like styrofoam. Chips, crackers. You gotta slow down, slow down. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you live in your home, you need to find time to cook for yourself, make your own snacks, cookies, everything on your own. And I'm not talking about box shit. I'm talking about you gotta make it from scratch. And shout out to that farmer who's selling their own product, their own corn. They not selling it to the corporations. Shout out to that farmer. That farmer said, nope, I'm gonna sell my own corn to my people in my town. I'm gonna sell my own peanuts nationwide. I ain't selling nothing to the corporation. Shout out to that farmer. Like all this, you know, we don't need a license to fish. We probably need a restriction to overfish. Like you a restaurant or something, you going out there dragging a net. Yeah, we might need a restriction not to overfish. You know what I mean? You might need to be commercialized then. But to go fish for yourself.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons.
But to fish for yourself. To fish for yourself is like natural. Why do you need a license to sustain your life? Do you see that? License, L-I, life, L-I, license, license. It's a fucking lie. Your life is a fucking lie. Why do you have to pay for water to sustain yourself? Why do you have to pay for energy to sustain yourself? As long as you're not doing it on a mass industrial level, why do you need to be under a dead corpse corporation to do it? Ask yourself that. Why do you need to be in their system as a corpse? Why you can't be in their system as a living flesh and blood being? You're in their system as a dead man walking. You, by law, you can drive in private. Nothing about, I'm commercialized. I'm driving a commercial vehicle. You going to and from work into the...
They got rid of all the large bells because demons...
You going to and from work into the grocery store and you got a commercial license. Your vehicle is commercialized when in fact you're driving in private. So who took you out of your sovereignty and made you convince yourself that you needed to work under a corporate entity? You can't trust nobody on this planet. You can't trust the state you live in. You can't trust the country you live in. They have done everything to take you away from your sovereignty. They have done everything to take you away from nature. They have done everything to take you away from God. I've really been considering, when I'm out of my truck, to start driving in private. Now, this is the thing about driving in private. You're dealing with ill-informed officers that do not have the slightest clue about a natural person. They do not teach them about a natural person. They do not teach them about people who could drive in private.
They got rid of all the large bells.
So the problem with that situation is you might get locked up or anything because this person is ill-informed, lack knowledge, lack power, enforcing rules and regulations for a corporation, for a dead person. That's right. They are enforcing rules for a corpse, not a living, natural person. I'm over it. Nothing about these people are going green. They're enforcing new policies for what they desire for their resonance and their frequency. Why is it that they can live in this bullshit and we can't? Or are they actually living in it? Because you look at some of the breadwinners and elites, they old as hell, rough as hell. They not even getting the protection they need. They got to get another body. You get what I'm saying? They literally got to get another body. They body get tired. So, I'm going to leave it there. Just know, there's some people on the planet that do not want you to use free energy, want you to work 40 hours a week, minimum.
They got rid of all the large bells because demons hate the sound.
They don't want you to be harmonic. They don't want you to be in harmony with the planet. They don't want you to be in equilibrium with the planet. They want you stressed, deprived of your energy. They want you just discombobulated. They're making smart devices user-friendly, but they won't make your life user-friendly. And quit and want people to hand everything to you. Like that one guy from Shark Tank said, there's no way I would be buying $4, $5 coffee when I can make coffee at home. It's your mind wanting you to think that you made it. You think that I'm going to leave my house and I do a 9 to 5 every day and wait in a line behind 10 and 20 people to get coffee? You got life fucked up. If I'm a real coffee drinker and I got to get up and pass my kitchen every morning to go to work, you actually think I'm going to have somebody bring Starbucks to my house? So you trust a pure stranger. That's why I say y'all got to quit letting people bring stuff to you. You trust a pure stranger to bring...
They got rid of all the large pails because demons...
an open container liquid to your house. You trust a pure stranger to bring an open container liquid to your house. You got to be kidding me. Y'all just done got too fancy. Y'all will allow enemies to your house, strangers to your house. Y'all just done got too fancy. I can see if you're in a hotel, you might risk it. You out of town, you might risk it. No, y'all motherfuckers sitting right at y'all house. Allowing strangers to your house. Grocery services. Everything to your house. They getting you right where you want, where they want you. In the house. In your cell. With your Wi-Fi, your TVs, your cameras, your cell phones, so they can just monitor everything about you. They get you real comfortable. They even got the people in the projects. Ooh, let me order me some fried chicken. Let me order me some McDonald's. High cotton in the projects. High cotton in the projects. People in the projects, no car, they done found out that they could order stuff on Walmart app with their food stamp card. High cotton. You can't even get down the aisle at Walmart because you got 3 people with carts shopping.
They got rid of all the large pails because demons... hate the sound of pure frequency. Pure harmony.
Well, I'm going to leave it there. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. I'm about to get off here and start my day. Until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. I am one with the universe. I am one with creation. I am one with the universe. I am one with nature.